Prickly, fierce, and standoffish. That's probably your first impression of hedgehogs, right? But what if I told you that behind those sharp quills lies a completely different story? In fact, in many parts of the world, hedgehogs have become commercial pets, and in China, breeding these animals can bring in up to $20 million a year. Get ready. You're about to discover that hedgehogs are far more valuable than you ever imagined. Do you think raising porcupines would be challenging? The truth is, taking care of them can be much easier than you'd imagine. Few people realize that behind those sharp quills, seemingly made only for defense, lies a hidden treasure. Porcupines don't just survive, they can open doors to life-changing opportunities for those with vision. In fact, many people say that raising porcupines is even easier than raising pigs. These hardy animals don't require elaborate enclosures. Just a spacious, well-ventilated area without the need for a concrete floor is enough for them to live comfortably. However, due to their curious nature and strong escape instincts, securing the enclosure is absolutely essential. A sturdy fence and a reliable barrier system will keep the porcupines safely contained without requiring constant supervision. When properly cared for and with the necessary precautions in place, raising porcupines becomes quite simple and efficient. Since porcupines prefer environments with a mix of light and shade, the enclosure should be designed with open spaces interspersed with shaded corners. Direct exposure to harsh sunlight should be minimized, and a roof or shelter should be provided to protect them from the rain. With a well-organized setup, the habitat remains calm and quiet, allowing porcupines to thrive and making them much easier to care for. Not only are porcupines easy to raise and manage, but they also carry unique value in their tough, durable quills, which have made them a promising source of income in both traditional medicine and the handicraft industry. Farmers often use spray paint to mark individual porcupines, making it easier to manage and identify them. Notably, porcupines with rare white coats always draw attention, as this unusual coloration typically results from a genetic mutation that significantly reduces pigment in their fur and quills. In reality, porcupine quills are mainly collected for two purposes. In some cultures, they are used in traditional medicine, while artisans highly value them for crafting intricate jewelry and decorative items. Feeding porcupines is a simple yet crucial task, as their diet is far more diverse than one might expect. They enjoy a mix of vegetables, tubers, and fruits, which helps ensure a nutritionally balanced meal. In farming, caretakers often provide them with leafy greens, sweet potatoes, carrots, sugarcane, bananas, and even coconut to diversify their food sources. Since porcupines are nocturnal animals, they are usually fed in the evening to ensure they have enough food throughout the night. They tend to guard their food aggressively and often display strong territorial behavior during feeding. When approaching food, a porcupine may growl or move quickly as a warning to others to stay away from its portion. Porcupines primarily mate at night, and after a gestation period of 3 to 4 months, the female gives birth to a small litter. Immediately after birth, the mother shows strong maternal instincts. One particularly notable behavior is that she often consumes the placenta, both as a source of nutrition and to keep the nest clean, reducing the risk of attracting predators. In the first few weeks, porcupine babies, also known as porcupets, stay close to their mother, nursing and gradually getting accustomed to solid food as they grow. Farmers closely monitor their development, and once the young porcupines become strong enough, they are moved to separate enclosures. With about 50 breeding pairs on the farm, each pair producing 2 litters a year, with an average of 2 to 3 babies per litter, farmers can expect to harvest around 200 baby porcupines annually to supply the market. With current market prices, each adult porcupine can be sold for anywhere between $100 to $150 depending on its weight and the rarity of its color. This means that with just 50 breeding pairs, farmers can earn between $20,000 to $30,000 annually, not including additional income from selling porcupine quills for the handicraft or medicinal industries. When it's time for harvest, farmers use large mesh nets to slowly herd the porcupines into sturdy metal cages or enclosures. This process requires patience and skill, as porcupines can react strongly, using their quills for defense when approached. The growls echo through the enclosure, with quills standing on end like sharp spikes. The porcupines panic, darting wildly, trying to break through any gap they can find. The farmer must move quickly and steadily, skillfully herding them into the metal cages. Once the porcupines are safely inside the cages, they are gathered into a designated area to ensure they are well protected and ready for the next steps of transport or processing. After slaughtering, porcupine quills are harvested using various methods such as direct flame heating, torch lamps, hot water immersion, or by manually plucking each quill with pliers. Porcupine meat is considered a delicacy in many regions of Africa, Asia, and Europe, known for its high protein content and rich flavor, which is a blend of pork and beef. This meat is particularly well suited for slow-cooked stews or fragrant stir-fried dishes. But the story of this spiny creature doesn't end there. From humble farmyards, porcupines are gradually becoming living treasures for those who know how to harness their potential. With a relatively low investment, simple care techniques, and a vast market for porcupine meat, quills, and rare porcupine breeds, porcupine farming is becoming a promising opportunity for those seeking sustainable success in modern agriculture. So what about you? Are you ready to step into the world of porcupines where patience, care, and a bit of skill could open the door to sustainable wealth?